From the News Channel 5 network, this is Pharmacist on Call.
Good evening, Nashville, Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky, those of you as far west as Jackson, those of you as far east as Millington. Welcome to Pharmacist on Call with your host, Dr. Sean Pruitt. And if you're watching this show, I am your community pharmacist. Well, everyone, welcome to our July edition. Of course, the first Thursday fell on the 4th of July, so we weren't able to do our show, but here we are on the third week of July. So this is your 1 hour forum for those of you who have those burning questions that you're unable to ask your doctors or your pharmacists because they're busy. But guess what? For this 1 hour, I have the time for you. So call in with those questions and those comments. We're going to do our shout outs and birthdays and condolences like we typically do. So I want to do the birthday shout outs first. Mr. Artie Thomas, my nephew, wanted to wish him a happy birthday, as well as my cousin / sister, Michelle Daly Garcia, good friend Judge Allegra Walker, and my homegirl Chandra Wynn. So happy birthday to all of you from your Pharmacist on Call. I did want to get into some condolences as well. Lost a good friend of the pharmacy a few days ago, Mr. Christopher Scott. So I want to extend my condolences to his family, especially his wife, on his transition. Also wanted to send out condolences to a friend of the pharmacy, Miss Marcia Hodges, on the loss of her two sisters in a short span of time there. So Miss Marcia, our prayers are with you. Also wanted to send condolences out to my classmate, my pharmacy school classmate, Miss Rolanda Davis, on the passing of her father and her uncle within a short time frame from each other. So Rolanda, again, prayers and thoughts go out to you as well. And lastly, one of my fraternity brothers at MTSU, Mr. Alvarez Constant, on the passing of his mother, wanted to give him a shout out as well. Speaking of shout outs, you guys know that this show has a broad reach. And we have a lot of viewers, and many of you don't get to come in, but we did have a long-time viewer come in. So I want to give her and her family a shout out. So kudos to Miss Dorothy Stafford out of Red Boiling Springs, Tennessee. So any of those that know her, she made her way down last week and convinced her niece and her brother and her son to come with her. So her son, Jason Stafford, niece, her name was Holly Kirby, and her brother Louis Kirby, Miss Stafford's brother Louis Kirby. So thank you all for stopping in, and they got a sample of hemp oil, which worked for them pretty quickly. And they were pleased and good to see them. So hey, if you all are in town, make sure you stop by. Their picture is going to be on our Facebook page, Pruitt's Discount Pharmacy, and it's also on the Facebook page of the show, which is Pharmacist on Call. So if you want to see who they are, and if you want to get your picture on our Facebook page and Pharmacist on Call's live page, then you come to town. Make sure we take a picture before you leave. All right, so this is your 1 hour show. We're going to get into whatever you guys want to talk about, whether it's health conditions, whether it's vitamin supplementation, whether it's CBD, whether it's hemp. This show is here for you. With no calls right now, I guess we will get into discussing some supplements. One of the biggest favorite is our alkaline water. Well, we'll talk about hemp in a second here. Is our alkaline water. We are also known as the Kangen Water Store of Nashville. And so for those of you who are wondering what Kangen water is, it's water that we take through about 3 or 4 different processes. First, we filter out the chlorine, the fluoride, and all the soot, the pharmaceuticals, and all of that stuff. And then we alkalinize the water by adjusting the pH upwards of 8.5, 9.5. And then we electrify the water, giving it antioxidants. So it looks like we've got our first call here, so I'm going to cut that short and get into the call here. Tanya, welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may we help you?
How you doing? I had a question I would like to ask you.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, my old man, he got in his big toe. He had problems. Is when he walked, it hurt a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's what is it? You got gout. I need to know if he needs to have his doctor to check it. Do you think it's gout or it could be his diabetes? He got a little diabetes.
I think it's his gout, from what you're telling me. So we're going to do 2 things. First, we want to prevent it from happening altogether. So take down this list of foods that he needs to avoid. or limit. All right, so tomato-based products like spaghetti, lasagna, and pizza. Red meat. Shellfish. Dairy products like milk, cheese, ice cream, what have you, and then acidic fruit juices and sodas.
What you say, fruit juices and sodas?
Because they're high in acid. So if he limits those, he won't have a gout attack. So what can he do right now? He can come to Pruitt's Discount Pharmacy and get some alkaline water, and that will take that away probably in a few hours.
Okay, come to Pruitt's Pharmacy and get some alkaline water.
Yes,
How much is it?
It's $3.54.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, $3.54 a gallon. But if you have your own container at home, bring it in and we will fill it up for $2.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so that should we'll be open tomorrow at 9, but that'll take care of him right there. But just tell him to watch his diet. That's what's mainly causing it. So if he's a big spaghetti guy and pizza and lasagna and all that, yeah, then if he does have to eat that, then tell him he's going to have to drink a heck of a lot of the alkaline water to prevent that gout attack from coming.
Okay. Thank you. You're a good pharmacist, though. I heard a lot about you, though.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And tell whoever told you that, thank you.
Okay.
All right.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
All right. Okay. So, and she just segued into the water, but so you're probably wondering what conditions does it help by drinking alkaline water? Well, the first one, as she mentioned, is gout. And what gout comes from is the buildup of uric acid in the joints, chiefly the big toe and maybe the hands and the fingers. And so the foods that cause this. Okay, we got another call, but we're going to finish our gout talk here in a second. Francis, welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may I help you?
Yes. I have neuropathy, and I was wondering what's good for that.
Neuropathy, where is it coming from? Is it diabetes? Is it...
Diabetes.
Okay. How's your sugar running?
It's been running about 130 something.
Okay, not bad. So to answer your question, what we've had some good success with is our hemp oil by Pharmacist blend. And what it is, it slows down that pain transmission signal, because what you know is that neuropathy is nerve pain. And so what this does is slows down the transmission of that pain and pretty much gets rid of it. So I would recommend the hemp oil by Pharmacist blend.
Okay, then. Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Pharmacist on Call, how may I help you?
Hello?
Oh, Miss Barbara?
No, this is Thelma, Dr. Pruitt.
Oh, okay. How you doing? Welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may I help you?
I'm doing fine, and you did leave one of your birthday shout-outs off.
Who was that?
You said that Jackie Hardy is her birthday on the 12th, the same day as my grandson did.
Okay. Well, happy belated birthday to Jackie Hardy.
And the comment or the question I wanted to ask you was about the beetroot juice.
Yes, ma'am.
You said that it's being discovered that it aids so many other things. Have they got any positive feedback about it assisting with the brain and or head pain?
Head pains, I could see it having a role with particularly migraines. Well, nah, I couldn't. No, I don't think any analgesic properties. I was thinking about something else. But in terms of the brain, it could probably boost the cognitive function of the brain because it opens up the blood vessels everywhere, allows more brain into the blood so they can function more properly. But pain, no. But as far as cognitive function of the brain, yes.
Okay. Then that could be helpful, opening up all of the blood vessels.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Pruitt.
Yes, ma'am.
But very nice tonight.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
A good rest of the evening.
All right. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All righty. Bye-bye. Pharmacist on Call. How may we help you?
Hello.
Vanessa?
My name is Larissa.
Larissa, sorry. Welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may we help you?
Okay. Hi, Dr. Pruitt. I'm having problems with a lot of my swelling. I'm swelling.
Okay.
I'm having a lot of swelling in my ankles.
Okay.
And I'm taking a fluid pill, but I want to do something natural instead of just taking a lot of fluid pills.
Okay. All right. So are we limiting the salt in our diet?
I am trying to do that, but it is, it is so hard because everything that I eat has salt in it.
Like what?
I guess because I'm at work, I'm eating real quick.
Oh, okay.
So I probably am eating a lot of out food, but at home I try to take away the salt.
Okay.
I just wanted to. It's just something I can take.
So, natural diuretic, you could probably go with, I think asparagus is a natural antibiotic, Brussels sprouts, celery. Those are natural diuretics, but what you're going to wind up having to do is juice those and then just drink them.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think there are some over-the-counter herbal water pills too that you could use as well.
Okay. Okay. Is it something that I can find there at your pharmacy?
But I mean, let's address the real thing. Let's address the diet. And I think if you like maybe bring your lunch, like bring a salad with you, or or you fix it yourself without the added salt, and you use herbs and spices instead of the salt that they would use, I think that would go a long way. What's your what is your fluid intake like?
Well, I'm not going to say that I hate water, but I kind of hate water.
Okay.
I'm forcing myself to drink it.
Yeah. Well, then you need to come and drink our water, and you'll become a big fan of it, and you'll be able to get rid of all that fluid.
Okay. I will definitely. And how much you said that water is?
It's $3.50 a gallon. If you bring your own container, it's $2. But yeah, just come in and.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Pruitt.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
All righty.
Have a good night.
All right. You too. Okay, we've got Pharmacist on Call. Mary, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
How can we help you today?
Okay, I have neuropathy,
Yes, ma'am.
and I was wanting to know what could help with that.
Well, as I told the previous caller, I think that the hemp oil by Pharmacist blend would go a long way towards helping you. What you'll do is you'll do maybe a dropper full to start off with under your tongue. You'll let it sit there for 1 minute, and then you'll swallow the rest of it. And the magic will begin to happen in probably about a minute or so. This stuff works very quickly. So it gets into
It's called hemp oil?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, Pharmacist blend hemp oil.
Okay, what milligram is it, or?
This is 250 milligrams, no THC, so you don't have to worry about, failing any drug test or anything. Now, we do have a version with THC for those of you who need that for whatever reason.
Right.
But we've had tremendous success with it.
Well, see, my neuropathy comes from where I had to have chemo and radiation. I had cancer.
Okay. Then I would probably
what I do-
recommend THC for you.
THC.
Yeah, I would recommend the hemp oil with THC for you since you're telling me you had chemo.
Okay, what milligram would you recommend?
250 milligrams, but what you're going to do is, again, half of a dropper full under your tongue. Let it sit there for a minute, and then swallow the rest, and you'll begin to feel the results.
Okay. Now, it's called hemp oil.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 250.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, that's the only thing I think to ask you.
Okay.
But I sure do appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good one now. All right, everyone, we're up on our first break. Stay right there. We'll be right back.